This is about what to do in the IELTS reading tests. Okay, there will be three reading passages, and after each paragraph passage, you will see some questions, mostly 13 questions. And the first, after the first reading passage, you will see 13 questions, and divided into two parts, 2 to 3 parts. Okay, and you will there will be different types of questions. What we have to do here in this case, it is fill in the blanks, and the topic, this is the story of silk. Okay, how it was, it came to the experience of the human beings, how they started producing, and all is about like production of silk. Now let's see. And now we come to this, what to do for reading. First of all, you see there are the numbers right before the blank space. So you better take the pencils and drag a line on them so that they should not interfere with your thinking process. And you see like this. Sometimes they are pretty, see, uh, problematic. Okay, sometimes they make problem in your thinking process of making. Sometimes they lead you to make the wrong choice. So I usually strike them, okay, because there is a kind of scheme, innocently scheme, and to hinder your performance. Okay, here we are. Okay, 9. So these are questions 1 to 9 in the first part. The total are 13, and initially you will do them from 1 to 9. So around the 3000 BC, let's see, and this is about early silk production in China. Around 3000 BC, according to a legend, silkworm cocoon fell into emperor's wife's tea. Okay, and from there you see this came to be known as tea. Then you see, next we see, emperor's wife invented a reel. Reel to pull out the silk fibers. Okay, she just she produced a reel of silk fiber. It was a kind of thread. Okay, dash were allowed to produce silk. Only women were allowed to produce silk. Only dash were allowed to wear silk. Royalty. Okay, royal people only. It might have been written as royalty, so this word is picked from the text. Royalty were allowed to wear silk. Silk used as a form of dash currency. Right. Okay, and then for example, farmers' taxes consisted partly of silk. Next, silk used for many purposes. For example, evidence found of paper made from silk around 168 AD. Then you see silk reaches rest of world. How? Merchants use Silk Road to take silk westward and bring back wool and precious metals. Okay, 550 AD dash hide silkworm eggs in cans and take them to Constantinople. Okay, they were the Romans in those days. Monks. Monks hide. Okay, it must should be. Okay, hid is the proper word. Okay, it's past. But hide is not the word. Monks hid silkworm eggs in. You see, and take them to. Okay, this is hide. Okay, well, the events of the past is written in the present tense. Very pretty strange. Okay. Silk production spreads across Middle East and Europe. All right, and dash 20th century dash and other man-made fibers caused decline in silk production. The 20th century nylon and other man-made sea fibers, so they caused decline in silk production. Here we see that you have to make selection between true, false, not given. Okay, so the four questions from 10 to 13. Okay, 10 to 13 on your answer sheet. There is 10 question 10 to 13. Do the following statements agree with the information in reading passage 1? So you will have to make a choice. True if the statement agrees with the information. False if the statement contradicts the information. Not given if there is no information on this. So it's about gold was the most valuable material transported along the Silk Road. False. You write F here. Then most tradesmen only went along certain sections of the Silk Road. True. The Byzantines spread the practice of silk production across West. False. Silk yarn makes up the majority of silk currently exported from China. Not given. So this is what you have to do. You can see and write them there. Sometimes they say true, false, and sometimes they say true, false. Another statement I have forgotten. Okay, not coming to my mind to my head. What is that? True, false. Yes, no. Yes, true, false. And sometimes they say yes, no. So be careful about it. Okay, if they say true, false, write DF. And if they say yes, no, write Y and N. Okay, Y for yes and for no. So we will move on to this first passage. Reading passage 1 comes to an end. Relating exercise to it comes to an end. 13 passage will be done. Again, now we move next to reading passage 2 and the Great Migration. So this is the topic, and you will read, and there are 20 minutes for you to read and do it. Okay, for each passage. The total test is about one hour. You should read the passage in about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, and then you have 8 minutes to do it. The test. Okay. So we see this, like here we are. Once again, you see true, false, not given. The question 14 to 18. Question 14 to 18. And total questions are 14 to 26. Okay. And they are divided into two parts. The question 14 to 18. Do the following statements agree with the information given in reading passage 2? And true if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information not given, if there is no information on this. So, question 14, local gulls and migrating Arctic terms. So these are the birds, gulls and birds, seabirds are, I think, relating to sea, behave in the same way when offered food. No, they behave differently. Okay, so this is false. Then you see experts' definitions of migration tend to vary according to their area of study. True. Very few experts agree that the movement of the fields can be considered migration. Not given. Then you see fields journeys are affected by changes in the light that they perceive. True. Then you see Dingle's aim is to distinguish between the migratory behaviors of different species. False. So in this way, the question 14 to 18 has come to an end. You will have to write C2 false in the way I have done. Okay. When you read the passage, you should mark this type of information in the text. Okay. And it is advisable so that if you give a few moments before reading the text, you should read these questions as well. Now we come to these questions 19 to 22. So you see these questions 13 are divided into three parts. Now we have here the options A, B, C, D, E, G, E, F, G. Okay, 7 options are here, and you need to write complete each sentence with the correct ending. Okay, it is matching options A to G below, and then transfer the answers to the answer sheet. And according to Dingle, migratory routes are likely to. So option is G. Okay. So this is option D, right 19 here, so that you can understand what you've done, and write option G here against it. G. Follow a straight line. Okay. So this is it. Okay, now we see 20. To prepare for migration, animals are likely to dash eat more than they need for immediate purposes. Okay, well, good information. 20. So C is the option. Right, C here. It's during migration, animals are unlikely to be discouraged by difficulties. Okay, so this is one-to-one. Option A. Arctic terms illustrate migrating animals' ability to ignore distractions. Okay, ignore distractions. So this is the answer. 22 and E. This is not to match 21, 22. This is not necessary to write, okay? But I am writing them for my own convenience to trace them back, okay? So what sometimes we need to make changes, finalize them, okay, to take review of what we've done. So for this purpose, I'm writing. Real answers are this G, C, A, E, and this is what you have to transfer on the answer sheet, okay? Against number 19, you write G. Against number 20, write C and C others. Okay. And 21A is a 21A, 20C, and 22E, and 19G. Okay. It is also helpful in this way as well. Now, questions 23 to 26, complete the summary below and choose only one word only. Okay, you need to write one word only from the passage for each answer. So you see, once again, I'm requesting you that you should strike the numbers with a pencil so that they should not interfere with your thinking process. And you see 24, 26. Okay. So this is migration migration of phone from phones. Okay, well, let's write them from phones. From phones rely on their eyesight and dash speed. EWD speed. Okay. And to avoid predators, one particular population's summer habitat is a national park, and their winter home is on dash plains. Where they go to avoid the danger presented by the snow at that time of year. However, the route between these two areas contains three bottlenecks. Three bottlenecks. This might have been a term again used in the paragraph. Okay, so you can select and you can write. One problem is the construction of new homes in a narrow dash of land, narrow corridor of land on the phone homes route. Okay, so these are the birds. Now it's they come to a reading passage 20 minutes to do it. You should spend about 20 minutes on questions 27 to 40, 14 questions in this part, and they are divided into maybe 2, 3 sections, which are based on a reading passage. So the topic of the passage is refers to how the other half thinks, adventures in mathematical reasoning. Okay, and refers to this may be the name of the book or idea, how the other half thinks, adventures in mathematical reasoning. So here we have some reading. You see, number of passages are given A, B, C, D. Okay, remember them. And then these letters A to B, A to D, or A to M or G or I. They are used in two different ways. Here, but probably we need to mention the paragraph A, B, or C, or something like that. Again, which section? Yes, reading passage 3 has 7 sections, A to G. Okay, what sometimes they'll say paragraphs or sometimes sections. Okay, 7 sections, A to D. Which section contains the following information? Okay, so which paragraph has this information? Number 1, a reference to books that assume a lack of mathematical knowledge. So this is in paragraph D, okay, or section D, you can say. So the answer is D. And the way in which this is not a typical book about mathematics. D, in section D or paragraph B. Personal examples of being helped by mathematics. G. In paragraph G, this information has been given. Examples of people who each had abilities that seemed incompatible. So this is mentioned in paragraph C. Mention of different focuses of books about mathematics. This is in paragraph B. Remember that you can use the letter twice when necessary, okay? So it's not compulsory that you will use only, it is mentioned sometimes. So you can use any letter twice, sometimes thrice as well, more than one time, okay? This is again to add your difficulties. A contrast between reading this book and reading other kinds of publication. This is mentioned in paragraph E. A claim that the whole of the book is accessible to everybody. This is mentioned in paragraph A, and a reference to different categories of intended readers of this book in paragraph F. Okay, in section F, maybe I might say paragraph mostly they write paragraphs. Okay, paragraphs A, B, C, D, and maybe they are sections. So most probably they will have more than one paragraph in one section. So I'm sorry to say, section is the proper. Um, Very often, frequently they write in paragraphs. Okay, so sections have more than one paragraphs. Okay, small paragraphs are there. So we should say section A, section B, section C, and not as I mentioned as paragraph, because I did not see them. And from the word section, I came to know that there must be more than one paragraph in one section. So that's why they were not writing as paragraphs one. Very often they say paragraphs. Okay. Now the questions you see are from 35 to 40, and complete the sentences below, fill in the blanks. Okay. Use one word only. This is very particularly important for the passage from each answer. Okay. Some areas of both music and mathematics are suitable for someone who is a beginner. Beginner, okay? So this is what you have to write. Yeah, beginner. 36. It is sometimes possible to understand advanced mathematics using no more than a limited knowledge of arithmetic. Arithmetic, okay? So next is The writer intends to show that mathematics requires dash thinking as well as analytical skills. Intuitive. Intuitive thinking as well as analytical skills. Then is number 38. Some books written by Dash have had to solve, have had to leave out the mathematics that is central to their theories. 38. Scientists. Then see, the writer advises non-mathematical readers to perform dash while reading the book. Experiments. The writer advises non-mathematical readers to perform experiments while reading the book. Okay. Then a lawyer found that studying helped even more than other areas of mathematics in the study of law. Theorems. Theorems. So this is what you have to do in your reading IELTS test. Okay, IELTS reading tests. Okay, there are three tests and based on three paragraphs. So you need to see them. And in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, please subscribe my channel and press the like and bell button to get the fresh from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.